place, I was past that in 28. Underground tapes, as my ass captain publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized. It's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits. New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birth most of the chains in the game? Why would I? If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from the Superdome. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. On play action, it's Murray. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The Saints at 7 and 8 now on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting
back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, Kamara. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Garabay's kick is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep. A nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? As that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
Ready?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. Finding space at the 40. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Jonathan Garibay now for the PAT. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first down at their own 17.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd down and a run by Robinson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You first see incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try to defend on 3rd down. They like to put those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Play action. It's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to get them out to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Murray now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. On play action, Lawrence. Slot, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try to apply them in this game to see if they fix what was wrong with them in the last game.
No gain on the play this time. It will be a 3rd and long situation coming up. I think you got a wealth of options here now. 3rd down from your 2.
The question is, how much confidence do you actually have in various aspects of your team? In your defense, in case things go wrong. In your quarterback to take care of the football. Your offensive line to protect it. If you're feeling pretty confident about all of those things, you might take a shot right here.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Let's take it up around the 40. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Here's Murray. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's I think the beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Robinson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Murray. Open man, the tight end Henry. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. Peyton Turner there on the tackle.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense, hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Robinson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the round is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll...
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You caught that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy, because essentially now you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
Throwing on 2nd down. Murray tries the left side and finds Olave. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Got an open man. It's Olave. Touchdown. Chris Olave. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Ready?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. They find some open field here.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. Robinson.
And he loses the football a second time. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Robinson again.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Falcons get a bit closer.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The slot man in motion right. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Jet sweep. Here's Olave. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker there, to make the play defensively.
Kamara trying the right side. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Murray now to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Second down pass play there, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, but they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones who need to touch the ball.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. A very quick pass to Ridley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, starting the schedule. And winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field is, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback. We've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They run it again with Kamara. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. Kamara up the middle. Andre Cisco there on the stop. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Garabay's kick is good. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
There he goes, right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
A tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts,
47 yards.
And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
22.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Well,